starting? Yep. She runs today. Oh, hopefully a few of you join up and take a look. A lot of fun planned ahead. Trying to get to that Stellar Nursery and see what it's all about. Alright, we are in. Everything's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. I like smooth. I like smooth things. Now, we gotta find a route to that Stellar Nursery right over there. Checking the stream, making sure everything's working. Assume that's the case. Refresher on that. Strange, my tablet's like, I don't want to see that. The Midnight Gonk, how's it going, man? Yeah, that's the goal. Hoping you're seeing what I'm seeing, because at the moment, I can't see the stream on my tablet, but I can see the chat, and that's matters on the system here. Give me a second. I'm gonna try thing because I want to be able to chat with you guys, and I can't use the web browser in my PC because while I'm in Rift, web browser has a tendency to crash everything. Your driver's like, I don't feel like working it. Stop. I think it has something to do with like videos. Way the GPU's trying to pull it into like video power mode instead of actual game power mode. Of all. Give me 1 second here. Something that. Yeah, for some of my tablets like this thing. Phone works just fine. I'm just gonna use it. Hey, Kermit. Okay. Nice to see you on here. How's the planning of our new home going? Definitely looks exciting. Definitely look forward to hitting it when I get back. Whatever that is. Stream and the chat that IRC stream elsewhere. Alright. Damn, there we are. I definitely recommend if you have any sort of Google Cardboard, if you want to use your eyes crossed, the 3D effect is actually pretty sweet. Alright. We are in space and I'm already hot. Alright. Here we go. I'll be checking the chat periodically, so you have something to say, go ahead and type it in, and I'll respond momentarily. Plenty of time to look while you're in witch space. Alright, where's that Stellar Nursery at? There we are, right here. Let's go take a look. If I can get to them directly to... I wasn't able to tonight. Bam, easy enough. Wow, they're a lot closer than I thought. That helps when you calculate a route if you've done about 500 light years last night before a crash. Let's get out of here.
Frameshift drive charging.
Seriously? Huh. Obviously, I'm not in any hurry with normal drives in this ship.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Nice, nice. Yeah, the home definitely is cool. We got a lot of stations there. I love the station we're parked in. It's something cool and different than the old hexagonal, octagonal, what is it, the rolling 20-sided die looking thing. They work, but those stations get really old after you've seen like one, you've seen them all. Let's see what we got here. Let's target this guy, get some scanning in. Some of the stations nearby, I ran a few missions in the beta, and there's a few that are not too bad, not too far away. I find it kind of weird though. I think our own station system scanned me and I got like penalty for hauling illegal cargo, which pissed me off. So we're gonna have to go and kill those guys, I think. Alright, so there's nothing out here worth scanning. I'm gonna roll on out. I look forward to more frog-oriented station names.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Get Outpost is still a favorite one of mine. Orbits, huh? Huh. Just have to go jump into beta and check it out maybe later. That and get some CQC, and I might want some of that to break up the monotony of this trip.
2, 1, engage.
On that note, how's the stream for you? Is everything smooth? Do I look goofy enough in my all Christmas lighted Oculus Rift? And like I said, I tried this earlier on my previous stream in Google Cardboard, and it's amazingly good for that. I might have to see if I can shove up the streaming bitrate to 1080p and see if that makes things even better for that, because I was impressed. It was, as long as you keep your head straight, it didn't seem to cause too much nausea, and yeah, kind of a whole new thing to be able to like watch someone else play in VR with your own VR. I swear I haven't seen like anybody do this with Elite yet, so crap, that one too. Awesome, cool. Yeah, what's nice about the stream like this for some reason is when you usually look at like the VR stuff on say like a different monitor, since when I first boot this I have to go through like switching it between my monitors. It's a freaking annoying mess because I think the 0.6 SDK, but it distorts a lot of the color. You can see the color what is it called, abrasion or whatever, where the colors are slightly off in the angle, so it compensates for it. The lens is distorting it, and when you see that usually on any of my monitors, it makes the colors and all the outer edge look absolutely terrible. But on the stream, it seems much less apparent. So that's nice, because that would have been really annoying. Everyone's looking around, they're trying to cross their eyes, and all the wording is just garbage. So at least it all looks yellow from the stream, from what I can tell, which is really good. Anyone else on the stream? I can't see actual numbers at the moment. Got 2 watching, so I don't know if that counts you and me. I think it does. Apparently on YouTube Gaming, there's like a grand total of like 5 people streaming, it looks like, unless you're on Dodo or something. Yeah, that. Not me. See what this station system has here. There's nothing out here. I've been doing full scans, I think, and I'm not getting nothing. There's star. Why am I not seeing that other star?
Fuel scooping complete.
Confused. I'm confused, but I really don't care. So let's get out of here. Alright, next stop. One step closer. We only have 8 jumps to go. Ugh.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
You have to run it in incognito mode. Why is that? Any sort of cookies start making your browser fat?
4.
I have to admit, their mobile app looks incredible. I mean, it's much nicer than Twitch's, and just kind of like an overall layout and style. Everything's swipeable. It feels nice. But in great Google fashion, you can't like click on your profile and go straight to what you're streaming, which is annoying, and you can actually do that on Twitch. And the other thing that's stupid is, of course, the search is like half broken. So for a company that's a multi-billion-dollar company designed based on search in the first place, they really suck at their own search algorithms for you. Continues to be frustrating. 7 new objects here. Ugh. And not too much here. Roll. Alright, so that stutter I was having yesterday when I first hit the stars seems to be a little bit less than it was last night. Let's get a real quick fuel scoop jump in.
Fuel
Boom,
scooping
good.
complete.
Yeah, this is the best ship to explore, and you just fuel scoop in like seconds.
Fuel scoop
Wonderful.
disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's quite annoying. Well, like right now on my tablet, it's got KitKat on it, but it is mainly upgraded using Chrome, and won't stream at all. Neither will the app. I have no idea why. They have my phone on the exact same network, exact same app and browser, which is fine. Reasons, you know, especially since it's on Google's own platform, Android, so yeah. I continue to be a Windows fan due to the fact that most of the stuff either works or doesn't. There's not much of an in-between, but when it doesn't work for everybody. Sadly, Windows Phone has got a bit of catching back up to do since they keep shooting themselves in the foot from 7, 8, 8.1. I don't know if I'm going back or not anytime soon. Alrighty. Weird, last night, right when I got this far, I thought I was going to hit a ton of these red giants that I couldn't scoop. Without this last route plan. Wait.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Party cookies. Bah. What browser are you using on that? Chrome, Firefox? I use Opera for most of all my stuff, and then I've been tinkering with Vivaldi. The original creators of Opera went off and did their own thing with Vivaldi. It's a pretty nice browser. It's killing like a major alpha, but it's kind of, I'd say, like on par with Microsoft's Edge. Really fast, really clean, really I don't want to say limited, but a lot of stuff's been stripped out, so it feels more basic, but in a good way that you can see it in building on it in time.
Fuel scooping.
Got here a lot of system stuff. Come on. So Kermit, I see you know, you got all the avatar and all that going on in the forums. Where'd you get that whole username from? Like, where was kind of like the base of where it came from? Yeah, I got Face Rig too. I haven't quite loaded it up yet because I figure watching me in the Oculus is kind of more funny than having just like Commander Jenkins with that laser turret on the shoulder, which I also think is awesome. I haven't set it up on this system yet. I have it on my home theater PC where I'd play my Rocket League at, but like I said last night, it wasn't very good due to the fact that my chair I have in there is like one of those reclining gamer chairs, and my webcam doesn't really do well with the whole leaning back face style, so might not be able to use it in there for that at all. Don't really have a camera that I can use for that at all right now. Even the camera I'm using right now, you can see the colors are a little all off because of the lack of an IR filter. So the shirt I'm wearing looks red, it's actually straight black. Ah man, boring stars out here. If the Stellar Nursery has something cool to look at, I'm going to be quite disappointed. Bright and blue, so I'm hoping there's something neat. You should literally sound like Kermit the Frog. Alright, now I want to hear you streaming. Now, which Kermit the Frog? The, you know, Russian one with the mole, or the actual Kermit the Frog? That is the question. Yeah, don't recommend the PlayStation Eye. Doesn't have any sort of like good mount to put it on a monitor or anything, which has aggravated me every time I use it, because it also has a cable that feels like it's made out of like solid copper. It does not bend well, and it weighs, the cable itself weighs more than this camera itself, so it moves it around real easy until you kind of get it to stop moving. And it's a huge wide-angle camera, so while it's great for the PlayStation Move, it is actually quite rubbish for webcamming, unless you have like multiple people you're trying to cover at once. However, the microphone on it I hear is quite good, so that, and it can capture up to 120 frames a second, which is, I'd say decent for a webcam. Not sure how fast some of the newer HD ones can. I'll get a new one of these. If I get popular and, you know, maybe someone donates, because I need to stop spending money. Junk right now.
Fuel scooping complete.
Why is that right behind everything? Here we go. Yep, right.
Fuel scoop.
I already have the drivers, so if you need them, I can get them to you. They're actually really easy to get the webcam working from the PlayStation Move. Just, like I said, not optimal in other reasons I mentioned before. The drivers are like proprietary. Someone, I guess, coded them, charged like $3 for them. I think I just paid the second time, even though I swear I got it working once before for face tracking stuff. I'll have to go back and look at my email archive and see if I actually did. $3 ain't gonna cry about, but I'm paying for a driver.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Nice. Yeah, proper mic is something I'm looking into, maybe. How is the sound quality using this compared to other streamers? No, it's a little on the loud side because it is so close, but to me it seems like when I hear some of the people that use pro mics and then mine currently, I don't hear that huge of a difference. And you're streaming, it's not pushing over Super HD quality all the time. I assume I could, since I do have about 7 gigs of upload bandwidth that you have right now. But there was a podcast mic on Woot, I believe, like 2 weeks ago. It was like a professional one that everyone uses, but it was like 75% off because of, I don't know, some reason that was on there. My buddy at work was showing me it, and yeah, I was almost tempted, but at the time I didn't know I can stream this kind of with this kind of bandwidth because I didn't have it like a week ago. Missed out on that. There's that and some professional headphones from a company that was going out of business, and those things were like $39, and they're usually like 130. So those were a steal, but I already have enough headsets. Got this and the Cooler Master True 5.1 ones, and I love those. They're just a little bit more bulky to get everything set up and going, and these ones here are probably the best stereo ones you can get for the cheap price. Got great reviews back when I first bought these Creative Fatalities. I don't know, like in 2007, 8, whenever they were new, and Fatality was like the one big name in esports as a pro gamer actually making money. That was a long time ago now. More stuff in this system. 19 new items. Ah, brag.
Fuel scooping complete.
Some bass to it, not unpleasant. Bass to it, such as my voice bass, or the mic's just throwing a lot of extra bass to things. I could tinker with it, but I haven't done a whole lot of it. Yeah, and yesterday was my first shot. Today's my second shot. Yay! I put a lot of tweets out and posted on a few threads on the forums, but if it's just you, well, I reached someone new at least, right? And also on the IRC chat, I put some stuff from alerts out. Oh, well, we'll see if we get a few more to follow in a bit here. I'll make you a mod too in a bit if you'd like. Like sticking around and kicking people out that are rowdy whenever I tracked one or two. Whoa! Okay, that was different. I like came out of warp, but while I went toward the sun, the effect was at an angle. That was trippy. Like I drifted out of warp.
Fuel scooping.
Which, yeah, the way that's kind of cool. Loading. Field scan complete and still loading. Wow, okay. Yeah. No rare planets. I was talking with Al last night about that. There just isn't much yet that I've hit that's actually like worth scanning as far as any non-gas giants go. I agree. Be a very, very exclusive streaming channel. Only goons, and even then, only goons that we approve. You can see that one chat with the goon from Rocket League that was raging on one of the other goons about being like bad at Rocket League. It's a pretty epic chat log he posts from the guy ratting him out on Steam chat. That was hilarious. Yeah, definitely all the goons are well balanced and adjusted individuals, right? Yeah. And because he's playing in the same ranked tier as him, he's so much better, right? I do look forward to that kind of stuff going on with CQC in this game. You guys got to see me play that in the Rift. It's a blast. I know you guys mentioned head tracking being more of a, or less the same in CQC, but I think the Oculus still has a small edge because you're really looking at where you're trying to hit or who you're trying to find when you're aiming. It's absolutely amazing. And works fantastic for finding your targets. Alright, so one thing I'm bummed about with the whole new move to this whole frog setup, the previous thread, I think right before we switched to the new one, that guy had the picture that he made that is the description of like a planet on a flag, and it was like the planet was our Get Out frog, but you know, he had the two cities next to the river and the two moons with the dots in them that for the eyes. I thought that was brilliant. How come it completely just kind of got lost in the past thread? It was so good. It was simple yet refined. Kind of like Kitten brand coffee. Okay, we gotta dig that up. That needs to be a part of our whole new movement. If anything, we need a few more recruitment threads too, kind of like they were doing in the Star Citizen thread there for a bit. Pretty epic as well. Hitting this one up, this system was kind of neat to me. Jump the last couple jumps that we got to get to that Stellar Nursery. It's pretty amazing how much more stars are actually being bright and visible as I get closer and closer to the center there. I'm only, you know, say about a third of the way there. Have you made the trip out? I know Al already made the trip all the way to the center and back. This will be my first time, like, actually getting there. More star I want to here. Right enough I can hit it from right into it. Right, I heard about the frog system. We're not going to that one, correct? Because it's like in the middle of nowhere or something like that? And why did we pick G, what, 63? Faster. Ah, okay, yeah. Makes sense. We'll have more than one speed. Like I was talking with Al the other day, Elite really could get a huge boost to its depth of scale if they would just allow it to be more of a persistent universe with an actual player-run economy instead of this whole AI-run setup that they've got going on and the solo play as well as open play setup. It just has so much more potential if it copied a few aspects from Elite, from Eve, that makes it Eve what it is. You know, the whole player-run economy, the giant scale of trade, the ability to have players expand. It'd be awesome to be able to expand into other completely anarchy-style empty systems like this and build our own stations. I mean, you have to admit, in just a matter of, I'd say if this game survived 10 years and actually had a constant stream of good new updates and new content that made the game epic, if they could do that, you'd have, like, the Galaxy, not the Galaxy, yeah, I think the Galaxy, I'm thinking Universe, whatever. The Galaxy itself would have so many players sprawl out all across it with systems and stuff. That can make for some epic battles, epic wars, and just an epic expansion. It'd just be amazing to see what it would actually, you know, entail. Especially with the whole landing on surfaces of planets. If they make that into something like they bring a few Minecraft-ish elements in, and you can actually like, craft your own bases. You have to admit, that kind of sort of sandbox creativity added to this game's already giant sandbox would be pretty revolutionary. And the building blocks are there, so I guess we could just say we never know when it actually happens. Makes sense. A lot of stations for sure, I definitely noticed that. And what's nice is the one we land at there is not way too far away from the star itself. Jotunheim's was a little bit farther away, and always seemed to be on the wrong side of the planet, so getting to it was always first rule delete problems. Alright, that's enough scanning for this system. I'm going to head off to the next destination. Last jump I need. Yep, going for the first Stellar Nursery star. Yahoo!
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's see what this guy entails. Your froggy voice, man. Get some more guys in here to watch this stuff. I need followers. Spread the word. Word is the bird. Not very many people stream in Elite, and even fewer I know stream in VR. And I have to admit, this is a blast. It makes it a lot easier to play Elite in VR, to have a little bit of a communication with the outside world. Wow, that's a bright star. Right on your screen, it's bright to me. The bloom just makes that into a giant white beam of light. Now, the question I have is, has this already... Yeah, damn it, I knew someone else would have already beat me to this place. Oh well. Aw. Get out anyway. Stellar Nursery is too nice to... Nobody have been here before. Hey, Crazy Eyes! Sorry, I can't see an actual, like, user browsing list, so I have no way to see if I have new viewers watching or not. It still says 2 watching, and obviously it counts me and Frog, so I'm hoping goes up in number, others join. Yeah, oh, that'll be awesome. One airless moon, huh? Ugh. Thing over here is apparently it looks a little different on the old radar than everything else I've seen so far, so see if there's anything special on it. I look forward to the Horizons update too for the whole little AI launchable fighter. That's going to be fantastic, as well as the multi-crewing aspect of it as well. Overshot. My bad on that. Yeah, so far, I mean, we all saw the original announcement, everything looked interesting, but we were all kind of like, yeah, well, they're talking a lot. This last email and the stuff they're announcing for this week's con event, damn, they have some actual nice pictures of planet surfaces and more actual shots of things to come. The Commander Creator, multi-crewing, I mean, everything looked amazing, so I definitely look forward to seeing what we got coming next. Alright, what do I want to hit next? This guy. Come on, come on.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's boost here. Sure, someone's got all these stars already. What it did say was like the season of Horizon, so I don't think Horizon's also going to have all the stuff on the first jump. It looks like they're going to drop like the planetary landings is going to be like the first thing. Then we'll end up getting the Commander Creator and multi-crewing later, followed by whatever else. Maybe bobbleheads will come like last. I don't know. Well, that's a blue star there. Kind of cool looking.
Fuel scooping.
And of course, this one's already been scanned, but I'm going to take a look anyway. soccer. Oh wow, there's a little guy down here too. Sweet. Whoa, that's cool. Check this out. Got a star orbiting a star, the gas giant orbiting another star, and a what looks to be brown dwarf. Check that out. Looking setup. Yeah, definitely. I don't see them dropping everything right away. What they have been is, like, since they don't have to have somewhat the transparency that Star Citizen seems to have from all the, you know, brown, the pubby brown ocean, what do they call that? I don't remember it right now. But the, seems like the transparency that affected Star Citizen early on is coming back to bite them, whereas Elite Dangerous had a lot less, and in doing that, they're able to release stuff without it being so damning to them right off the bat, and I think that's definitely a better thing in the long run for them, because they can announce stuff and then, like, don't have to set a straight timetable on it actually coming out, like, right away type of thing. Star Citizen's definitely gotten... They're kind of more still at where the, I'd say, alpha level of Elite is, in forms of, like, their air combat, and got the community module now and stuff like that. Looks fantastic. CryEngine is gorgeous, and I definitely see them, if they can get it to really optimize and get everything working right, the game's going to be absolutely beautiful. But I do look forward to seeing more of a completed product, and I do have a moving dot. Uh-oh, Space Madness is upon me. There, if you see it in the very left corner of my rift, moving around. Oh, crap, I got two of them. There's one over here. Ah! Space Madness. Don't look right at them. They don't exist. Yeah, don't ask me how much I've spent on Star Citizen. I did have the drink the Kool-Aid early on. Yeah. What's good is I do have a lot of the original, what is it, the lifetime insurance ships and stuff like that, and a lot of them that they don't sell anymore, or haven't at least, most of them. So if I do want to actually sell my ships before the game comes out and make it all back, I can do that and actually make a profit from what the last price check I did on Reddit did. So I'm always have that as an option. If I ever need some cash right away, I can do that, because I seem to have got quite a few offers on some of my ships right off the bat. But I don't know. I think it'll still be kind of cool. I think it might end up being worth it. I feel like the game, if it can promise on, I'd say, even 50% of how much they've promised, it might be able to, you know, be a game worth keeping in the sense that just what they're promising, and if they can deliver what they've got, it could be awesome. If it can be anything like they said with the... what excited me a bit in the past was the way the AI will kind of self-correct the economy, and certain aspects of the player-driven portion of it. There seems to be a lot of cool stuff that they had in theory that looks like it could be quite good in the long run if it all comes together and works. He's already got the flight model. It all works reasonably well to exactly the way they described it. I'm guessing if they can do something like the Stellar Forge we have here in Elite into something even more incredible with Star Citizen, I don't see why they can't get it to succeed. It just takes time and effort, and I think they're definitely gone less transparent in more recent times now that they're getting actually closer to releasing the single-player element, the Squadron 42, which is going to have a multiplayer element, but anyway. I think once we get there, it's going to be quite mind-blowing, especially the first-person shooter module they're looking to try and release soon, too. It looks great, it's going to be neat. Its CryEngine's already based for first-person, so there's got to be some amazing stuff put into that. And when you can combine that with the ship-to-ship combat and stuff, if they can pull it off, it's going to be worth every penny to upgrade my system to be something that can run that in VR and stuff too. It's going to be mind-blowing. And what's cool is Elite's kind of going in the same-ish pattern. Yeah, obviously don't have near as much on the back end when it comes to economy going. But as you can see, there's building blocks there. The Stellar Forge works, the Flight Sim works. All they have to do is build more elements onto it. And now that they have a complete working game, so to speak, it's a lot less risky for them to do it, since they're not trying to do everything at once. They're doing it more in a, I'd say, more controlled pattern of, here's a game you can actually play, and then we can add more to it as time goes on. So, Guess we'll see. It's only 2 real games in the process right now. Yes, they do. They do really get impatient. It's funny how they get a lot less impatient for, say the Oculus Rift and HTC Vive, but when it comes to a AAA game that's gotten almost $100 million in funding, oh my god, it's not out near the original launch date. Yeah, well, you know, this stuff isn't, Rome wasn't built in a day. Let's just say that. And there's plenty of other games to play. I mean, come on, I have way more games in my Steam that I'll ever have time in real life to play until I'm like 90, and by then too slow to play any of them. And, yeah, it's not like there's not another AAA title coming out that everyone else is going to be playing for the next 6 months until the next one comes out after that. So, until Star Citizen is out, it's not like we're lacking for entertainment. And if all you're playing right now is the Star Citizen online portion, I don't know what to tell you. It's awesome, but it's still alpha. It runs pretty good in a way, but it kind of doesn't. I don't know what's up with that game, but Star Citizen runs at like 100 frames a second with my SLI setup. I have no problem running it. But, for some reason, it's like thrashing non-stop on my hard drive as I move around my own hangar. It's kind of annoying, and I don't get what's up. It's just some sort of optimization, obviously, that's lacking. But it's unfortunate. When I get like 100 frames a second, it feels like I'm running at like 15 because it just is always thrashing. I've got 32 megs of RAM. I can put the entire damn game in my RAM. Yet, it seems like it still doesn't want to just kind of smooth out. So, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Quite goofy. You guys still here? I've seen a whole lot of chatting going on. I need input. I need stuff to talk about. I'm going to have to put on Cyberrunner Radio when you can hear about the commercials for Kitchen brand coffee. I have 2 dots. It's weird, too. They go independent of where I look, kind of. Like, one kind of is going this way, one's going that way. If I look left, that one goes left, this one goes right, vice versa if I go this way. Very curious. All I can say is one thing they better have in Horizons is a frickin' squeegee bot. I want to be able to, like, walk up to my windows or go outside in a spacewalk and clean these dang windows. That would drive me absolutely insane as a ship owner. But it is pretty. That's the real reason I also took this ship. This thing has the best windows for just seeing the vastness of space. I look forward to being able to not only multi-crew ships, but actually walk around your ships, because with the Rift, that's going to be amazing to be able to, like, go into that. I believe it's on the... Wasn't a ship just announced that it has like a lower observation deck that's like below the cockpit that just looks awesome? That'd be amazing for transporting pilots around just in kind of like a ferry fashion. It's just freaking cool to see whatever you want to see. And I hope as time goes by, Elite adds more stellar objects like quasars and stuff like that, so you can fly by them and kind of like do kind of like a tourist attraction sort of flight plan. That'd be cool. That'd be really, especially in VR. Anaconda has one? Okay. Well, I have a goal now. Hopefully I can get enough scanning and that'll get me enough money to buy Anaconda when I get back. It's kind of the goal. Yeah, I'm not looking for the space madness. I don't see no dots. Dot sees me. How you doing, Al? Welcome back. Good to see you again. Yeah, the Constellation has had the kitchenette and toilet for... Well, it had the toilet originally. Then they seem to have gotten rid of the whole toilet booth because it was like in the entire back of the ship was dedicated to a bathroom. And it was like, let's not do this. So they got rid of that and made that more of a way to get to your deployable little snub fighter. And they did a lot of nice improvements to the Constellation. I can't wait to actually fly that thing and experience it. If it can fly anything like Elite in a sense. The one thing I don't like about Star Citizen is the flight model's good, but the HUD is absolutely terrible for VR or even not VR. I still don't make half sense of it. Half of the things don't seem to work. I hit buttons for it. So I really hope they could take a note from like Elite and be like, hey, if you want to do it right, make them 3D like this, make it VR, make it be where it's imposed in the environment, so it's not like some sort of like static image that just looks like crap and is unreadable. They really need to make it. It doesn't need to be universal between each ship, the exact same thing, but make it work and make it easy to read, because we don't need to like be overloaded with information. Any past space sim never was too complex. Even things like the original Free Space 1 and 2 and stuff like that. Fantastic games, simple, easy to read, easy to understand, and things just work. So hopefully they can do the same thing in the long run. I know they got a lot of cool elements, like when you lock your missiles on, it's got the little of the locking recital. That was kind of neat. Another game you're going to have to keep an eye out for that they also need to take some notes from will be EVR, or Eve Valkyrie is what they're called. The game that's launching alongside the Oculus Rift. After playing the original Alpha from Eve FanFest 2013, when it was only made in like 7 weeks with a handful of developers, it was already beyond polished for an easy-to-read, easy-to-understand HUD system. You aimed with the right trigger on your gamepad, and that locked on the missile to any target you saw, and you locked onto it, then you let go of the trigger, and then the missile fired. It was absolutely brilliant, simple, easy to use, and could be something every space game supporting VR should support, because, come on, man, it's like 31st century. You should have that kind of tech. How am I not exploring this thing? This must be a teeny tiny star. Let's slow down a bit, just in case this ends up being something that hurts me. Shit. 2 seconds. That's probably a... I'm not seeing the heat, so that's not a, friggin' heck was neutron star, is it? There's a tiny little guy. Can't scan him for... Man, is that a dirty windscreen. Holy moly! Do you guys see this? It's terrible! We can at least have a... Yeah, it is a neutron star. Cool. Yeah, like you guys said, it's a tiny point, and it is friggin' small. It's my first one I've seen. It's incredible. Tiny little guy. Yeah, I want to, man. I'm trying to find a squeegee button. And I agree, the X52 is perfect for this game. And in Star Citizen, 50-50, so... I am still annoyed that they don't have, like, a key mapper built into the stinking, like, demo. It's just annoying. But besides that, we'll see what happens in the long run. I've got the G940s I was hoping to use with that game. You know, a lot more buttons to program. Got rudder pedals, all that good stuff. But we'll see what we end up using. I mean, I really don't see why the game would have to be so much more complex. The hardest thing is going to be the transition between combat and then, like, foot combat, walking around. You don't walk around with a joystick. This isn't like Star Trek, not Star Trek, Star Wars, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi, you know, the original one where, you know, people were still playing some FPSs with joysticks back before first person walking around with a mouse was much of a common thing, but it just wouldn't work on this game. So that's going to be the main thing, is switching between the two. Getting the joysticks out, getting the back in. I'm going to have to get one of those desks that has the moving arms. You can put the joysticks in and then move them out of the way, bring the keyboard up and closer. Because right now my keyboard's not on my keyboard platform on my desk. I'm using that for my joystick, throttle and mouse. And then my keyboard's way ahead of me here. So I have to reach ahead to kind of find it when I'm going for it. And it's annoying, but it works. Need a more bigger desk here. Alright, let's go to another system here and see what else we got. First, second, let's go hit this guy. These stars are just amazing, and yeah, like I said, Stellar Nursery as well as just some other incredible shots. Very, very pretty out here.
Frameshift drive charging.
And multi-crew is going to be interesting. I do wonder what we're going to end up being able to do with that. It will be amazing if the guy can, like, manage your energy for you. While it's easy enough as a pilot, it can be cool if they can do something that can make it more efficient. I don't know, maybe the shields can be more directional, so he has to, like, we can manage the power output, he manages the shield direction. That could be cool. Turrets, being able to aim turrets manually or something like that could be kind of cool. So they'd be like gimbaled for him, but completely independent of the ship. They did a decent job with that back in the old days with Star Wars X-Wing Alliance. That was an amazing game back in the day, and I really wish they would make TIE Fighter and X-Wing Alliance and X-Wing in like a DirectX 11 or 12 graphics engine. That would be breathtaking. It's not like you have to change anything, too. The flight model, everything in that game was perfect back in the day, so I wish they would just bring it back. Wow, this is a cool looking system. Yeah, these are all getting scanned because everything here is awesome. Whee! Knew this was a good idea. This will probably be the last interesting system I hit for a long while before I'm on my way into the center. Oh, and you asked earlier about where it was. Let's take a look, shall we? So I'm at this stellar farm right here. And in relation, there's home. There is me. So I'm on like the first arm away from our arm. 1, 2, and then center. So I'm a little distance out. What is this? Big. You hit that on the way in. I was hoping to get around on this side and hit something like some of these little nebulas out here that are probably untouched. Because they're a little off the beaten path before you head into the center. Trying to kind of go where no others have been. There's a lot of stars, but less nebula stuff. As you can see, the Stellar Nursery got nabbed before me, that's for dang sure. $71 stop rare trade. Can you please expand on that? That seems like a lot. Or are you literally like having to find that in other AI ships, get it out of them? That's gonna be a tough gig. Something to do, I'd say. That's a whole different level of space madness, Frog. Alright, let's take a... I want to get a little closer to this guy. I want to take a look. Back a smidge. Stop as a rare. How are you finding this? Are you going on like online? Are you really doing this yourself, finding these kind of rare stops? That sounds incredibly profitable, but also incredibly tough. I've got a little 3-stop route that I have back home that was what got me this, and then a Type 7 as well as a few other ships back home. It makes say about a half to a full mil a trip, give or take. Not too bad. This is kind of cool looking gas plant giant that's straight on its side. Just amazing. So I'm gonna take a quick external shot here. Take a look at this. Yeah. I might want to slow down again. I'm kind of going toward it a little. Ah, wrong button. There we go. There we go. It's weird how this button I can't hit with the joystick. You have to use the mouse to close it. It's kind of a weird glitch. Let's try and make this artsy, shall we? My ship's not very shiny. Red, but it's not shiny. Alright, let's do some Alt F10-ish. Here, 1, 2, 3, and... VR turns off and gets really, really hard to look at. Cool. Alright, next guy. I think with that boy right there. Yeah. Going into my chair. Give me 1 second here. Scooch up and fix my... But... There we go. Alright, that's better. Nice stuff, man. That sounds like a great route. I'm gonna have to take a... Well, if you're willing to share, I'd like to take a look into that when I get back, maybe. Dying to get myself in a stinking anaconda. I wouldn't mind an anaconda and a python. Those would be some of the fun ships I think to have as multi... I think even the Type 7 would be fun to multi-crew in some way. I mean, it's got the 2-seaters, so it'd be interesting to see what that ends up entailing for those ships. If anything, the Type 7 I would think would be big enough to carry a snub fighter, which could be cool in itself. Then we can actually do, like, online trade routes. It would be kind of neat if they made it more of a reason to play trade routes or just play in open to make like the prices different. Like there's like an offline tax. So to play in like the super safety of online offline only, you have 25% less profits. That would be evil, of course, to, you know, the Brown Sea, but actually, I think possibly work, you know, get more people to play online, get some more conflict going. But at the same time, having more of a reason to have escorts, defensible ships built in, you know, say a Type 7 could carry like 3 of your little AI-controlled fighters. That could be enough to let you get away or something like that from a conflict. So it'd be interesting to see. That'd be kind of a neat little idea. You guys want to throw it out there to the devs on that? The Type 7's not terrible when it comes to jump range. It's definitely not as good as the Type 6. The Type 6, I was able to get, I think, a full load. Was it 21 light years? Wasn't half bad for, you know, a fully loaded freighter. It's what I used to first get my money to get that Type 7. Another Type 7, of course, does quite a bit more. I still love this Type 6 as an explorer, though. I mean, a fuel scoop alone is worth its weight in gold out here. Do a scan and you're done fuel scooping the same time you're done scanning the star itself. Come on. And yeah, I'm doing Alt F10. It takes like an HD VR screenshot. There's still 100 friggin' megs when they're done. But they do look cool. I do like doing them. That's weird. See what else was out there on this star map here that I haven't hit yet. I'm not going to that guy. I do want to hit up that demon planet. Always cool. Where's he at? Stream says it's live. I got 3 watching. Huh, interesting. Yay. 3.5 messages a minute. Woohoo! Hit up the IRC for Elite there if you guys can get a few more of you guys in here. Get this party going. Maybe I can have some giveaways a little bit later or something like that. I got I have an entire X3 super pack I can give away. And frick, man, one of these days I'll just go through my Humble Bundle stuff. I have so many duplicates from bundles I've gotten on there. I can start using giveaways for that too on these streams. I'll put up a list for people I find worthy and see if you guys want to pick whatever you want. I got tons of games. If I actually activated all my stuff from Humble Bundle keys on my Steam that I haven't done yet, I would easily go over my 1,000 game collection at the current moment. I have a problem. That's a bright star. Sure looks cool. Purple. Ah, it's very pretty out here. God, that squeegee need is just excruciating. Alright, so does it get worse as you fly? I know the paint deteriorates as the ship goes, and you haven't upgraded the, was it the hull integrity or something like that? Kind of leaves it unless you manually set it to repair that paint. But does that count for, like, window anti-gloss as well? Because I swear it looks like someone, like, wiped it with their ass. And it was a very big ass. It's like I went through a really bad space car wash. That's something they need in Horizons. Space car washes. You know how brilliant that would be, having like shiny ships and then they get more dull and you shine it up again? Hell, even Gran Turismo 3 and 4 and 5 had that. I know they're relatively new, that's what I'm saying, we need to get it going. You guys are my assist in my advertising. My marketing degree only carries me so far. Marketing degree was back before social media was really a thing, man. I mean, Twitter and Facebook were still new when I was in college, so they didn't have a whole lot of classes on that stuff, and it's only been kind of like a touch-and-go researching of it since then. I need to branch out into it a lot more, because I'm trying to do maybe this Twitch streaming a bit, see if I can turn it into some sort of income would be great. So I'm not just playing games, I'm playing games for a cause. And also, could also make it for charity, because I do support some charities every year through my family's water ski lake. We do a charity for what's called In His Wakes, and have a bunch of foster kids and ladies from the Mercy Ministry homes out to our lake to have a good time, share a good message, and give them an experience that very few of them seem to have. I mean, some people out there, you'd be surprised to see. A lot of people have never even swam in the water before, even been to a lake, so that's always kind of fun, and substantial chunk of my income goes to that every year. Outside of that, would also like to market my drone business. I do have a DJI Phantom 2, and I'm looking to get something else eventually here, besides my Kickstarter drones. And promote more video work with that, because videography from the air is amazing. If I would have had that in college, I would have definitely probably run with that a lot more as a major, because I enjoy it a lot. I'm a decent pilot, decent at videography, and decent at video editing. I use Adobe Premiere and splice some stuff together that's halfway decent. If you guys hit the rest of my channel, you can go take a look. My 4th of July videos and my sister's video proposal and a friend of mine's wedding, all done with my Phantom and Adobe Premiere, and turned out reasonably well. So I'm looking forward to expanding on that, especially now that I have the internet that can make that editing process way less of a hassle than it used to be. That's close by. Where is it at? Ha! 0% paint. So what did your ship look like? Pure gray, or is it just all tore up? I think I saw a screenshot of someone showing it like extensively used, but not 0%. Yeah, I actually did the video through fireworks. I wasn't quite through the fireworks because I'm not quite that ballsy to lose that drone just yet. But I have flown it very close to an event my church puts on in the town out here in Roseville. They put on a Celebrate America event because the city itself won't do a fireworks show anymore, so they took it over. And looks really cool from the air. Being able to fly like above the fireworks and having them come at you is cool. I would like to get a second camera or some sort of a VR setup for that, so I can have like it in 3D, so you can really see the explosions come toward the camera. It looks incredible. There's another video I want to do, is actually have a camera with an open not a time lapse, but an open shutter, and then a guy straps fireworks to the drone and then flies around doing kind of like a little skywriting. It looks stinking neat, and probably extremely illegal because you're strapping fireworks to a flying object, but it's something I kind of want to do. Maybe I'll do it over water so it's safer. Yes, googly eyes. I might get some because it would be quite hilarious, I would think. I'll have to get the ones. Or do you want like normal googly eyes that just stick on, or would you like the ones that hang from like slinkies? Your call. Oh man, 0% sucks. That sucks. Yeah. So yeah, what googly eyes you guys want? I'll go out and get some. glowing googly man. And I'll be doing more than just Elite on this channel too. Elite's great in VR. So is Euro Truck Sim and oh, Blaze Rush. What else do I got? I want to try and get Half-Life VR working again. And then when I get my Virtuix Omni, that's just going to break into a whole new level of crazy epic VR-ness. So I'll probably stream a lot more in VR in time. I really hope Rocket League gets some sort of VR implementation. It's third person. It's perfect for it. It'd be so much better than that damn ball cam that drives me absolutely insane. I always end up, if I'm not awake enough to think about it, that ball cam's tough to keep up with on the orientation of the car so you actually do the proper hits. You point the joystick in the direction you want it to go, but that's not the direction your car's facing, so it definitely throws you off if you're not thinking about it. That looks like a round door. It's another gas giant. Anime eyes. Alright, let me see one thing real quick on my stream here. The thing, okay, so I got a perfectly open spot to put the eyes. That'll be great. I gotta make sure I don't cover up any of the sensors, because, you know, I don't want to affect my positional tracking. As you can see, it's kind of neat being able to see those lights on here. I don't know if anyone else has put up a cam that you can do that, because I got rid of the IR sensor the IR filter a long time ago. I was doing face tracking, head tracking a while back. The other day, I haven't seen too many of them. Like, this planet here is pretty far off the, you know, the horizontal plane of this system. But the other day, I saw one gas giant that was completely, like, 90 degrees off of every other planet in the system. That was kind of incredible looking. Not something I see too often in this. You have to admit, if this was like real space, it'd just be amazing just to sit in a system and just research the hell out of all the stuff you can find in one. Our solar system alone is amazing, but you can imagine any other system with loads of planets, especially a system that has like 100 planets. I mean, that would just be awesome. Yeah, I've been seeing that lately. I saw some chick doing a stream on YouTube here with that earlier, Boo something. And while she alone looked kind of like a mix of the Joker and Harley Quinn, she was playing some real scary game that... It's a mix of scary and absolute boredom, because it was just black 90% of the screen, and every once in a while you saw like some sort of metal walk and you heard some monster, and she always like turned around and she was dead. So I don't know, in VR that would be absolutely incredibly scary, because you can't cover your eyes. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of horror stuff, so scary stuff, yeah. But at the same time, I might have to pull it off, because, you know, why not? Especially Alien Isolation. I hear that is amazing in VR. Very high quality, very good build, and the graphics look absolutely insane, so I might have to give that a shot. If not, Left 4 Dead? I don't know if Left 4 Dead supports VR yet or not. Team Fortress 2 does, Half-Life 2 does. I don't know why it wouldn't, but Valve being Valve hasn't quite ported everything over yet. What else we got here? Velcro googly eyes. I'm gonna have to get some. Do you guys know where I can get some besides googly eyes? Like, I was thinking if I just go to like Michael's or something like that, or Joann's, one of those craft stores, I would find something. But if there's, I mean, those anime wafu ones, where the hell would I get those? Some Japanese site? Well, I watch anime on occasion. I'm not, and that has all the bed pillows and stuff. It's a bit Japanese for me. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching. It's great to have some people to talk with, chat with on this stuff. None of my personal friends play video games for the most part, so it gets kind of boring when you're trying to find topics of interest outside of IT and games. I've got plenty of other interests, but, you know, they're all like sports, football, stats, stuff like that. Well, I love football, not that big into it, and then there's not much else. You're about as deep as this game when it comes to your personality. It's hard to keep a conversation going outside of small talk. Most all my other friends, yeah, they get married and start having kids and whipped by their wives. It's a lot harder to do the old bro stuff you had back in the day. I've done that myself, but gosh. especially for kids. I do want kids, not anytime soon. You wait till the actual VR hardware is good enough so they can use it under the age of 12. What, 6? That one video on YouTube of that kid that's the guy's letting his like what 3-4-year-old play, and he's like looking at like the VR space one. I think it's like Titans of Space, and the kid's like, "Wow, I see the moon." It was just the cutest thing. So definitely look forward to that kind of stuff. You know, VR and 3D is going to absolutely blow our kids' minds down the line. I mean, we grew up at our age. Come on, we had like the Nintendo and Game Boy and all the old school stuff to get started at. Kids now are spoiled beyond all means, man. They come out and they've got all these gaming consoles to choose from. You can emulate everything up to the PS4 and GameCube. And, not PS4, Nintendo 64 and GameCube and stuff. And, it's just incredible what they have their hands to play anything they want, and it just kind of bums me out. It's like I almost wanted to, for years I've been thinking about going into college and seeing if they'd go for a class, Gaming 101, and I'd have like all the original consoles and stuff like that, and just start out at ground zero. Alright, let's start with Pong and move from there, and bring out some of the originals and show kids like this is what it all was in the past. This is what everything now is built off of. And see if I can show, you know, maybe future game designers, you know, this is where the roots are. What can you learn from what we originally started at and they were learning at the time? See if that ends up turning something kind of cool. If anything, it'd be a fun class, and I can make it into an intensive writing class, so I'd see it still being valuable. Exactly. Back in the day, man, there was no multiplayer gaming outside of your friends nearby. You didn't have friends, you were SOL. Kind of goes back to my, oh yeah, I've got a 4 controllers ready to go on that thing, and I can very rarely get people to sit down and play some You Don't Know Jack. If they're big on like apples to apples and boring board games. Oh, I cannot scan this thing. What the hell? Oh, helps if you lock on. Yeah, my bad. Cool planet. It's different, neat, right? I have to admit, their art designers did a pretty good job making all the planets look fairly convincing. That was, hey, it's got a little bit of snow on that mountain too. Go. Alright, this system is done. Let's go to the next. Oh, don't just a map, need to go to the galaxy map. It's a bright star. And I mean, look at like the changes. Like, look at how we have pro gaming and the, you know, what's it? Professional gaming league stuff happening and being like on normal like paid and unpaid TV nationally. It's crazy. I mean, like I said, this headset I'm wearing is from Fatality, which was, he was like the first guy that was like making big bucks playing video games professionally. And look how it's blown up in the last 3 to 5 years. It's incredible. So at that time, it's kind of sports, and for games that, you know, while involving skill, lack much depth outside of that, the educationalness of entertainment is something that's there. That's why I'm a big fan of AAA games that are cinematic. I really do enjoy the cinematography style of certain games, like adventure games and stuff, that just bring you into the storyline. And then not only that, you're playing it as a movie that you get to choose the outcome on. And I find that's very cool. And it has to be, in some way, harder than making a movie itself, because you have to keep the person entertained all the way through. Holy crap, this is an incredibly cool looking system. Star, planet, planet, star, planet, star, star, planet. That's awesome. And on top of that, there's this dark... Ooh, is this my first black hole? Woohoo! Yes! I have found a black hole. I am going to go scan it and try not to get sucked in. Oh, yes. Anyway. Yeah, right? Well, I saw like a some printout of like the bro code. And the first thing is Player 1 belongs to the owner of the console. I like that. You know, the one thing that sucks the most right now is finding a good gamepad replacement for either PC or even old consoles that has a non-shitty gamepad D-pad on it. It is so hard to find a good gamepad, it's annoying. They're all the cheap D-pads that have that little clickiness to them that aren't very accurate. Nothing beats an original SNES D-pad to me. They are amazing. Even the old NES gamepads actually weren't half bad. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't have Space Madness. Black hole's talking to me. This guy for... How far out was stuff here? It's not 100. Oh, ball. First shot. Scan, 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 scan. Yes. Pardon me. Oh. Yeah, the N64 was a lot of fun. I was big on emulating the N64 for years. Back on the old Pentium 266 HP we had. Back when Ultra HLE was a thing. That was like the first emulator that could actually play commercial N64 games. It was big stuff, being able to play that on my Voodoo Banshee. And I was playing like Mario 64, Mario Kart. I even played the Zelda game, working out of time on it for the first time. And for something so slow to today's standards, it was fully playable for the most part. And of course, it supported some cheats, so I cheated through some of the game. But no, it was incredible. And now it's, you know, trivial to be able to play N64s, and we were emulating stuff all the way up with the the DSs and stuff like that, and the PSP. But still good stuff. Now, yeah, I even have a PSP for stuff on. But of course, on your phone, yeah, your Android phones can play N64. It's friggin' stupid how crazy it's come. But I do have like a download of like all Super Nintendo games, N64 games, bunch of MAME games, all that other stuff, all logged away somewhere. So I was thinking of someday seeing if I can build myself a gaming cabinet that supported like all the MAME games, and you just have it all set up to be like almost legit, where it has like a coin op and all that stuff, but it all goes into the emulator. That'd be kind of cool, I think. And then you get to choose what game you want to play. A good MAME cabinet, not using an old CRT. Good screen in there. Can't beat the you know, authentic-ish experience. I think would be a lot of fun. Curious about is, where is this black hole at? I want to like magically fall into it. Shit. Support all powers, man. I was hauling stuff to ISIS the other day. Kinda surprising to have a system named ISIS, but okay. Hey, they're checked and bounced. I got paid. I moved up to friendly on the Diamond Frogs thing there for a bit, which was kind of cool. It's far. Wow, that's far away, and I can scan it from. Sweet. You know what I need, Frog? I need a frog face thing for this thing. Could be the Frog's VR mascot, say. And when the Oculus Rift comes out, you're gonna have to get one for yourself, man. Gotta join us in the VR. That is a bright star to have that much, like, sun flare thing coming up. Surprisingly, my windows don't look bad now, so it's like brightness has a thing relation to it. So, I don't understand it. I like stars. I can scan them without having to beat right up their ass. Guarantee if you started screaming, Kermit, you'd be a lot more popular than I. We'll know you. All I did was make a comment about flash drives in the Star Citizen thread, and I got a you know, an avatar for it. Yay! Even though it's true, I wish I could actually have worked for Star Citizen's company at that point. God, those guys seem like they can't get their heads out of their ass when it comes to just presenting stuff for gaming cons and events. It's like, Jesus, guys, get that crap working right before the event starts. And Chris Roberts looked like an ass up there. Isn't a good thing for your company or any sort of promotional trip. Alright, that's all the stars, I think. Next is the rock. Crap. Scan that black hole. Star. I don't know, you guys think I should try out Twitch after this? Go back to Twitch and give a little bit of streaming in there, see if I get more people to be hopping in. So far I've been liking the way YouTube archives everything too. I know you can export from Twitch into YouTube. Being able to just have it save everything automatically is kind of neat. So far it's been fairly bug-free. Minus yesterday's snafu with having my web browser open and crashing my driver. That talk about Spaz City. If you had a problem with epilepsy, you wouldn't want to be playing around with Oculus yet, because the whole like extended mode and the screens all start flickering and flashing. And, ugh. Debating how much more scanning I want to do before out of here and head center of the galaxy. Well, I have to admit, these systems here are some of the most interesting I ran across yet, so... Even though it's not been, like, first discovered, is the profit you get from it still the same when you scan and deliver it in? You get an extra boost for being the first to actually discover anything. That I'm not sure of yet. One thing I don't like about YouTube streaming is while they've made it so you can go and watch past streams, like, you know, recorded stuff, I don't like how it seems a little bit more difficult to find live streaming stuff. Like the way Twitch has it laid out with live streams of games currently going seems a lot better than the way. But terrible, but it's a bit tougher, especially on the the home page, front page streaming. There's like stuff from like 5 years ago on there. I'm like, what's this doing here? That rock over here. That real out. Black hole I think's way out yonder. Oh, there's my dirty windshield. Interesting, okay. I want to make some millions. I need a lot of exploration data on my way back. And then hope to God I remember how to land, right? Thought, didn't I buy... Yeah, I bought a standard docking computer just in case. It didn't weigh nothing, so I was like, hey, let's do it. I'm not taking any chances when I get back, but I'm going to fly the safest route as far as I can go right back home. Like to everything. Come on, finish! Aw, oh, you bitch. Just out of time. I'm done scanning everything here. Actually, while I'm doing my trip to the black hole, I'm gonna go get some water. My throat's getting a little looking planet. High metal content. Yeah, it's kind of one of the demonish ones. Cool. Scan that. I wonder if we're going to be able to do stuff like that, like actually harvest resources out of ability to land on planets. That could be cool. So if we got to go find some palladium, we can go mine for it. Interesting. You know, it would be actually really cool. Made it like a tribe's first shooter element. All over that. I'm also waiting. Eve's Dust 514. Amazing game in what it really is. But because it's stuck on the PS3, I think that's kind of holding it back immensely. So I really do hope that they get that over onto the PC eventually, because that's where it needs to be. That'd be a first-person shooter I'd actually play it. I did enjoy it, just the mouse and keyboard controls on it seem to be a little bit... and Eve can really use more of a ground element. Actually makes sense. And that's kind of cool. Also, another thing that was kind of weird is they showed off a Vita Dust 514, sort of like, what the hell is it called? Like a companion app that was very well done from the looks of it. You can build your loadouts and all that stuff within the app on the Vita, and then have it work with you in the game on the PS3. It was cool. It was great. And I still yet to see it released. I'm surprised they never released it, which is baffling to me. It would probably be one of the best companion apps you can get for the Vita for any game that I've seen so far. And they looked almost feature complete, so I'm surprised they never released it. That was back in 2013, so things like that, very strange. Air gas giant, scan. Yeah, I think, didn't you ask, or someone else asked last night about that? No, I have not noticed any sort of ambient light being a problem with the Rift tracking. I could definitely say it would probably do it if it was more direct bright light, directly like behind me. But in this case, the sun never gets directly in the windows behind me at any time of the year. So, I haven't had any problems with tracking with them. Now, with my old head tracking using the webcam that allows you to see these lights right now, yes, any sort of bright light, like right now, probably wouldn't be able to use it at all. Absolutely, wow. The thing was very, very finicky on tracking the lights for whatever reason, because it would track it like with a more visual aspect, as you can see with the Rift's lights. I think it would be perfect, but for some reason those lights had to be like blaring at the screen, and it was irritating as hell. Currently, yeah, I have no problems at all. It's rock solid. There's no drift. Not like the original DK1. The DK1 got a lot better once they enabled the compass in it. Took away a lot of the problems of drift it had when it first came out. But no, the positional tracking, it's a fantastic job of keeping things smooth. I don't see any drift. I don't think any game that supports it properly. Two more, and then go into that black hole. That is a pretty cool star. I also turned down the lighting in on my webcam. That's why the lights on this aren't as bright as they were. Because with the IR filter out, it does make the ambient lighting look a lot brighter than it. And I don't know, the colors actually, nah, the colors are still like gray shirt. It's not a fantastic webcam. I got it cheap for just head tracking back in the day. Surprisingly well for this. Guess I'll have to up the res once I get googly eyes. You can actually see it wobble about. Woo! That and the bobbleheads is going to make a leap. Hey, you know what? I might have to see if I can get a bobblehead. I can put it on the top of this thing. To move around, the bobblehead moves too. Hey, Kermit. I'll get a Kermit bobblehead just for you. How do you like that? Thinking about it, that's actually a really good idea, so I might actually have to do it. I'll have to go on Amazon and take a look. Kermit, leave. That's not cool. Bad Kermit. This piggy one too. Hey, cool. These guys are at least in the direction I'm trying to head, so that's good. Crazy system though. It's ridiculous. Planets and stars. It's madness coming up. Now the one thing you'll notice if you move your head a lot is the persistence of the pixels. They have a little bit of a ghost trail behind dark things as they go from dark to light. So as you see me moving around, the bars of the ship right here, right above the HUD bar, is ghosting a little bit. Interesting. I think that's a part of their low persistence that they're trying to get rid of in the final non-developer kit. It's not bad. You don't notice it too much, but you do notice it when the frame rate drops like a rock and things get stuttery. Then it gets really sickening. For the most part, it's not a big deal. VR tidbit. Another max metal planet here. It'd be crazy to be like on a planet that's in like the habitable space of a star in a system like this. It'd be incredible to have stars this close together that you'd be able to see at night and stuff like that. I mean, this would be crazy. Why is that 10,000 away? Ah! That one first. What planet's that one? I might just ignore it. I'm gonna be like I'm forced to scan it anyway. Haha, it's the very last planet out in this system. Go ahead to that black hole, shall we? Boom, black hole. Woo! Yeah, I have to hope we can drive on those planets too. It'd be kind of cool jumping over like lava rivers and stuff like that. Then dying because we like misjudge it and like right in the lava. Hopefully we can eject and get... Because no, we're going to do that. First thing everyone's going to do is crash everything into anything they can. I mean, why not? The one thing that bums me out about this game, that's why Star Citizen's a little bit better in this aspect, is the whole... your commander's life and how you die and resurrect and stuff like that, and then how after you die a certain amount of times and can't be like saved, you end up becoming like your successor type of thing. I really like that. And then even Elite, Eve's got the whole clone system. In Elite, it's like you die, you explode, all of a sudden you're just back at the last station you docked at with like your insurance payout. It's very, I guess we'll maybe see an update for that down the road. And I can't tell if you're here or not without chatting, Kermit. I don't see, besides seeing kind of a number when people are actually chat on the screen. Oh, I have 6 watching, so I got other people here. So, hey, anyone else here, say hi. My tablet went to sleep on me, and my phone's going dead, so I'm going to have to get a charger out for that as I get some water here. That should not be taking me an hour to get there. I'm going to go get some water real quick, and I'll be right back. Right back. And I'm going to aim just a little off just so I don't end up flying. Be right back. Okay, so I was talking and you guys probably couldn't hear a dang thing I was saying. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that. On that note, so one thing, if you guys have a good cell phone and you want to try out Google Cardboard in any sort, instead of getting the cardboard, this Sunny Peak headset you can get from Amazon is actually halfway decent. It's about, I'd say, 20 bucks, but works great to fit all cell phones. It's adjustable, wide, and height size. Fits, so far, I think everything up to, I'd say, a good 6-inch phone. Probably won't fit, like, bigger tablets, but you don't really want to work on something bigger than that. And, yeah, I use it with my G3. It works absolutely fantastic. You can even adjust the optics left and right, so those with you hammerhead eyes should have no problem getting it to work. And, yeah, it's great for following this feed in VR. It's great to watch. It works very good for that. And, the optics are actually halfway decent. They're a little, I think, better than the ones that come with Google Cardboard itself. So, yeah. Alright, I got my liquids, I got my juices. Got some peach rehab, peach tea energy monster here as well, so that should be good. Okay, my chat is different on both my tablet than it is on my phone here, and I'm not sure why. Nope, now it's good. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Alright, let's get back in. Nope, got the headset first. Alright, back. Line up, make sure everything's good. Hunky-dory. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to hit that star first. Give the black hole for last. Hey, if they have space peeing, that'd be awesome. See how far you can go. You can see accurate gravity based on how far your stream goes. That would be kind of neat. I bet you not that that's an idea that's been tossed around with the developers of Star Citizen. There's no way it isn't. Okay, have any of you guys researched into No Man's Sky at all? The game, I guess that's kind of big on the PS4, but it's also coming to PC. It looks incredible in the scale they're talking about and the way you do land on planets and explore stuff and whatnot. I have not looked into it very much. I haven't had time and I keep forgetting to. But it looks promising. It has a nice little art style to it that's a little bit less realistic but looks cool. It has a space element, but it looks like they kind of seem to be focusing a lot on the ground element. And I'm curious. I'm curious to see what it ends up doing. Who knows if it could be like a whole new contender on this that's also cross-platform and another game to kind of beat Star Citizen to the punch. So it'll be interesting to see. I also look forward to PS4 and its VR headset, PlayStation VR or whatever. That's any more VR is always good VR because at this point we need as many adopters as possible, and the PS4 is the only console platform that I think could actually do it. The Xbox One, I guess we can see on it depending on how DirectX 12 pans out. If it does the kind of performance boosts for DirectX 12 that AMD is showing happening to their chips currently on PC, you never know. It could give us some surprising boosts. AMD might have a trick up its sleeve with that whole DirectX 12 multi-threading, the parallel processing that they do that their chips have always been kind of known to being better at doing. So we'll see. That's definitely exciting. Alright, so I did not know black holes can orbit things. So this black hole's literally orbiting a star, with the star orbiting outside its orbit. That's kind of cool. Huh. Yeah, Spore was surprisingly disappointing. I did play it like when it first came out, and like got all the way through to where you get into space or something like that. And I never actually played the add-on. I found it kind of fun. I like the creative element, but it did get from being like really interesting at first when you first had the very start as you're like the basic Spore, and then it kind of got boring as you started walking around doing stuff. It was, I do like the graphics style. I mean, it kind of works, but we'll see. And we'll see if No Man's Sky can not be Spore. What I really would like, another game, have any of you guys played original Maxis Simcopter? That was like one of my favorite games years ago. And still one of my favorite little Simcopter, SimCity sort of 2000 era games, because they all coincided. Anything you built in SimCity 2000, you can export to Streets of SimCity, Simcopter, and various other games. And it was just incredible back in the day. It was so much fun. And it was back in the early days. I mean, this was back in the old Pentium 1, 2, maybe early 3 days when you had games that had this kind of cross-platform style. And it was amazing. Simcopter, you were able to like build your cities and then fly through them. It was crazy. And I love the old taunts, the old graphic style. It was crazy how good the choppers actually were, and how bad the little people were. But it was hilarious, the grunts and args and chewing and farting. I mean, original Maxis goodness is what it was all about back then. Alright, so let's see how close I can get to this black hole. I get too close. Like the max closest I could get is probably like scanning distance and kind of like stop there. Or can I get a little closer and just watch your heat? Cool. Alright. I will be signing off before 7, so I can go hang out with some friends, do some tennis stuff, I guess. Could use a little bit of physical activity when it cools off a bit out here. Gotta stay shape, man. Can't go into the cliche Goonly form. I'm not doing that crap. I'm a gamer that does other things. And then, since the tennis place isn't too far away from the Joanne's, I might have to stop in and look for some googly eyes. Frog, you might want to hit me up again later on tonight. Oh, come on. Spore ruined your hype? Bah. What game? The worst game that was ever hyped to death was that one by, what was it, John Carmack? The guy who made the original like Quakes and whatnot. He made that, I can't pronounce it. I think it's Dad Takana or whatever it was. They ended up having like a ton of guns, and his ads were very brutal and gross and whatnot. It ended up being like a terrible game, terrible shooter. That was a game that was hyped all hell. That and the most recent what's it called? Duke Nukem Forever. That should have just stayed forever because I heard it was like really, really bad. More hype. That was a game that had like legendary hype because it was in production for years. I have an old PC Gamer from like 1999 that talked about Duke Nukem Forever going from like one graphics engine to another, and it's showing like the old 16-bit like graphics and everything was garbage to 32-bit volumetric lighting and everything was like, oh man, uber detail. And this is like GeForce 1, GeForce 2 era technology, so games that are like way worse looking now than the games we have on our mobile phones. But I remember that was like the big thing for Duke Nukem Forever. It was supposed to be like all this awesome, and then it just died off again. It was unfortunate it didn't turn out anything like that, because at least back then it would have been cool. But yeah, I actually have not played it yet. It's another game I have in Steam I got for free somehow at some point. I remember how I got that game for free. Some sort of giveaway. 10,000 light seconds. I still haven't scanned this thing. I'm starting to get worried. It's supposed to be a really, really small black hole. It's weird how when I move around, you get the dot on the little ant planet thing is moving as well. It's watching me, but like a dog that doesn't want to make eye contact. John Romero, yes, it was him. Yeah, joystick's the first thing. You want to play Elite with a joystick. I don't know how people play with a mouse and keyboard. I know a few people do, and they're actually decent at it, but I bet if people play with a mouse and keyboard and then end up getting a joystick and getting good at it, they'd never be able to go back. It's just the joystick gives you the proper controls you need for flying. That's why we don't fly airplanes with mouse and keyboards today. That's why every time I watch Star Trek, I'm boggled like they're playing literally like with a keyboard alone flying their ship. That just boggles the hell out of me. Except for like the newest ones. Now the new Star Trek looks like he actually has a joystick, so it's like, there you go. That's the proper control scheme. Come on, they even have a joystick and throttle in Galaxy Quest. Can't wait for that new series to start. I remember that was one of the first movies I saw on DVD back when DVDs first came out. Galaxy Quest, and I think The Iron Giant were like the first two movies I saw on DVD. Crazy to think that was only, you know, just around 15 years ago. And we have Blu-rays that came out back in like 05, 06 era with the PS3. Now we're getting away from Blu-ray and discs in general. It's just going to straight be mostly streaming type stuff. Netflix stuff. That now I finally have internet that can do it, because I was kind of getting annoyed for a bit there. Like I had 1.5 meg DSL, then I got to bump up closer to like 3 meg down, but I only had like 384 up, so I couldn't even think about streaming. And then recently got this microwave wireless broadband that's amazing. No data caps, and originally we got 6 and 3.5, and you know that's mind-blowing enough for me. But I was like, since I'm sharing it with my parents, and getting one line, we're trying to get rid of phone lines and stuff like that in the whole scheme of things. We're sharing the cost half and half, and we upped it to their 12 and 6, which is more like 20 and 7. And then on occasion, it looks like it jumps up to like 40 and 7. So I'm a happy camper. I can finally stream and do all the good stuff. Yeah, it's nice. I have my own place here, so I pay rent, do all the good stuff. But it's hard to move out because while it's still kind of like I live with my parents, I don't. And at the same time, it's also nice the fact that I live on a nice piece of property. It's really just a nice place to be. So that's why it's like I want to move out, but until I get a job that requires me to, I'd rather commute. It's just nice being here. And my family's cool. They're not like parents that really annoy you and all. My parents do a lot of cool stuff. My dad's my best friend. We water ski, snowmobile, race cars, do all that stuff together. It's great. And my mom's pretty cool too. Motorcycle rides. We just got back from a motorcycle ride with our new puppy. We got a Jack Russell Terrier. And teaching her how to ride the scooter. Got 1985 Honda Elites. Ha! Elite. It fits in with this. I'll have to get an Elite sticker and put on it. It's 1985 250 water cooled. They'll do 70 miles an hour on the freeway. They're fantastic. Mine's got a Kenwood original stereo for it too. So I'm rocking some classic rock from 96.9 The Eagle on it while I'm cruising on the streets. It's a lot of fun. And then my parents ride, their one has no stereo, but it actually has a backrest and a back trunk compartment. Okay, I still can't scan this thing, and I know I've locked it. I'm getting scared now. I am very close to this black hole. Can you scan black holes? Or are black holes not scannable? I'm scared. 31% heat. I'm not getting hot yet. I want to get that... see if I can warp that nebula in the background there. That would look kind of cool. Yep, it's warped. That's awesome. There we go. There's a black hole. That's pretty trip. Can you scan a black hole? I mean, does all just data just kind of go into it, not come back out? There we go. Close as I'm getting to this beast. Alright. Alright, let's get an external shot of this, shall we? I made it! I thought black holes made your ship hot if you got too close and you explode. Let's see here. Let's do an over-the-hull shot here. Caution. Sure lock is secured before launch. Before lunch? Okay. In shot, high res. Bam. Alright, this system's done. Whew. I don't want a system map. Bright stars. Check that out. I'm like close into it. Hold on. It was like showing like the little preview of the system out here. That's kind of cool. Been there. I'm going to this guy next here. All right. Yeah, this one here's a tiny guy, that's for sure. Kind of like that, that neutron star that I saw. Tiny little guy, too. It'd be interesting if time had an effect in this game. Like, they actually warp time, so... As you were close to a black hole, things were going faster outside with you there. They would do, like, the time dilation that they have in Eve. That'd be something else, wouldn't it? Or maths for the computers to calculate. I'm kind of still happy that they had the whole Voyager 1 and 2 probes in this game at the area where they would be at this time frame in the future. That's kind of a cool little involvement there. That they got that far in detail, so props to the team for doing their research. White star. I need to get a little game. See if I can... Go.
Fuel scooping.
System log. Oh, how's everyone else doing? I still got 6 watchers. I really wish there was a way to check to see who was who all the watchers are. It doesn't show anything like that. Definitely say hi if you guys want a shout out. There. Giant gas giants. Demon plant back here. Oh, come on, smooth out.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yes, the frame rate when it's dropped like that after you first load into a system for punishing for me in VR. Ugh, makes you sick when you have that low frame rate judder. Things smooth out, like, right about... And now we're perfect. 95, lock. Problems. Very strange, very strange. Scan! Whew! Dang it, just missed it. This system's got planets all over the darn place. Metal-rich planet. Good. Oh, this guy over here. We got another star. One thing I'm kind of confused is why the lines for the throttle in this thing go all the way back, as if you can like pull the throttle literally off its holder there. But yet full throttle while it's maxed, minimum throttle is only half back. I think what a little close there. 3 light seconds isn't too bad, was it? Oh, or like when you like said cutting it into that planet I was scanning and I skimmed. Yeah, that was close, wasn't it? Just call me Maverick, man. I'm just buzzing the tower. Precision, man. Only ace pilots. Don't try this at home. A bit right there. I'm going to try some CQC. I think you guys deserve a little bit of that. A little bit of fun. Combat. See if the matchmaker's fixed, because when I was getting into it, man, sitting here for 30 minutes waiting for a match is no fun. I know there was more than 10 people trying to find a game. I also need to try a little bit of Twitch streaming from the Xbox One. I do have the Xbox One version of the game as well, and it actually runs really good. I have to admit, Xbox is a good platform for it. Getting more people to get Elites, always a good thing. I just hope that it cross-compatibles your purchases. So, like, since I already own the add-ons for this game, and I'm going to, I have the lifetime add-on subscription type thing since I backed this game at early beta, that it transfers over into the Elite on the Xbox One, because, I bought it, it should be the same across both systems, because they're syncing the data between the servers once it comes out of its beta. So, I guess we'll wait and find out. He said something about it like not transferring, but then again, it didn't sound like anything transferred currently. The fact that they didn't even allow you to pre-order it, because it's not out of the... And I bought the game practically with just my Bing credits. Since searching with Bing, you might be right on that reverse throttle thing. I'll have to take a look at that. But again, I kind of find it funny how it looks like it falls off of the tracks if you hold it too far back. Rather close call. Let's see what happens. Bam! Got it. Woohoo! Well, Metal Rich, these guys here should be bringing me in a little bit of money in the long run of things. You left, Frog? Ah. Still, I got a few other streamers here. You guys need to say hi. Show yourselves. Speak and be known. Emails. Twitter, Project Car Game. I've tweeted so many tweets earlier today, announcing to Oculus and YouTube Gaming, and even the guy that does the headset. I've got these replacement pads for the face part of the Oculus Rift that it's all about face. It was on the Kickstarter, and it's amazing. They work really well, way better than the stock foam on the Oculus Rift, and they're actually compatible with the consumer version as well, since I believe the ski mask is kind of like a standard shape and size. So yeah, his stuff's amazing if you want to use your Rift for an extended period of time. It keeps it from being all uncomfortable and gross and whatnot. Machine washable, all that fancy stuff. Promote that guy, he's pretty cool. Get him for real cheap too. Star. Bright as can be. Take a screenshot, shall we? That's just a cool looking star. Oh, cool. That'll be a cool shot with it and that purple one in the background there. Neat. Hey, cheese. Gotta hold it steady while it takes the shot, too. Alright, another star over this yonder. Hey, look, it looks kind of like a... Actually, it looks kind of like a ship. See that? Being up on the left there and right, you got a square box. It's a goose! Oh, I guess that can make sense, yeah. Wait, you're telling me not everyone has a Google account in this day and age? Possible. Wonder if they'll ever make a way where you can have like a mix of streaming and then like a voice chat, so you can actually like chat with your stream followers. That'd be kind of neat. Maybe only for subbed people so it doesn't get crazy, but that'd be kind of a neat little solution. I guess you could just offer a speak channel or something. Effort. Ah, first throttle doesn't help when you're in Super Cruise. Sit here all day. Here's the squeegee. I need the squeegee squad. I don't have any cargo that can go missing. Yeah, I figured that. That is going to be a very good thing about the CQC. I really hope they get some sort of a way where we can actually just have like Eve clones and we can just jump between ship to ship. It'd be kind of nice to be able to like go back to a ship you have in a station elsewhere. Just fly it. I mean, why not? They already make it where when you die, you just magically appear wherever you last were anyway, so it'd be cool to have just the ability to jump between. Because getting burnt out in long-distance trips would suck, but it would entice more people to explore. Then you'd be able to just leave a dude out there in space for as long as you feel like. Or hey, if he runs out of fuel, you can actually go and save yourself, so to speak. Which could be a good thing as well. Getting a little burnt out of this whole scanning thing, so I might skip through next systems here. Are black holes worth a lot when you scan them, or are they not worth much because they're black holes? I mean, besides being like a trash dump, I don't see much else use out of them. I do have Skype. I might create like a streaming Skype channel just for that. That would be kind of cool. I'll do that on the next stream. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Getting that all together right now might be a little tough. But, yeah, try that. I thought about that last night, actually. I was like, hey, what if it's a Skype channel? Who cares if a public Skype channel gets hacked when you created it just for one? Ain't using my private one. Anyway, I seem to get a lot of spam from people, like, wanting to add me all from, like, Mexico. Who are you and why do I care to add you? Just speak English. Used to have a problem with Chinese. I get a lot of these like random Chinese girls wanting to add and talk to you. They do a little bit of English and try to chat. It was weird and I just stopped using Skype for a while. I don't know what it was, but some sort of like bad. Talk to random people. Guess when you got over a couple billion people out there, you get kind of bored talking to the same 1,000 people. All look the same. This is it. I think it's left scanning. Yep. All right. Next to... I don't need to skip. Let's go to the end of the this one here. Maybe two. Up 2 jumps. Stellar Nursery left.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, do you have any idea where that station is right now? I actually remember reading all about it going out, and I kind of wish I could hit it up. Do you know where it's at currently? And has it like gone out of civilized space, or is it just kind of like moseying out at a slow pace? Whoa, that guy's green. It's kind of cool. The system got in it. Too much, actually. Terrible. Let's see. Scan from it. Big enough.
Fuel scooping.
Closer, get a scoop on through. Skim the star just like they do in that video.
Fuel
Bam!
complete.
Now, does that actually have an effect? I haven't done that yet. I need to look outside of the ship and see if the scoop actually like. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that station because that's I might want to hit on my way back. What Elite really needs is an in-game radio station player like Euro Truck Simulator has. Gotta be some Space Waves radio station tuner. Even Star Citizen already has the working jukebox. Kind of a big one. It's kind of like, this is like the 31st century, and we've got a jukebox the size of giant terminal. It's kind of far-fetched. Oh, okay. Well, let's try that real quick. Turn around and hit this last plant. First thing I am is with spelling half of the system names in this game. Spell one wrong and you'll hit another star or some system with that exact spelling somewhere out here. So you have to be very precise. Jotunheim took me a while. Definitely one of them that, you know, spell check is a thing that I like to use a lot, and very happy that it has it. Yes. There, let's take. Alright, so we're gonna search. Come on. Oh. Sure you can put in station names? Strange. Oh, I unplugged my keyboard. That's why there's no light. I had to plug in my phone charger and apparently keyboard. Alright, let's do this again. Q. LZ1269? That is where it's chilling out right now? Is it Jakku's station? So it's like you have to put it in the station. Oh well. We'll take a search on it and see where it's at later here. And I must have overshot. Also can set up, no, Landfest has got a, public TeamSpeak channel we can use at any time. It's like a public one that anyone can some rooms and stuff, so I'll see if I can set that up too. I know they're big on their whole streaming thing right now.
Frameshift drive charging.
Best Twitch stream. I'll stream next time there's a Landfest event and see if I can do some there. Didn't think I'd be good at it, but because otherwise this would be absolutely mind-numbing.
2, 1, engage.
Red Star.
Fuel scooping.
Stars. Chilling out. Way too far apart for me to care.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Lots of star. They've increased a lot in the last like 10-20 jumps.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
That one's blue. I want to take a look and see if I can see my fuel scoop.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, alright, let's go. Go. I don't see a fuel scoop anymore. Out of the front thrusters. All the things they animate on these ships that you can't usually see as you're flying anyway. Hold on, what's that? That looks like it might be it. Hole in the top there? It's really directional there. Pull up.
Fuel scooping complete.
And we found our fuel scoop. Or did we? Yeah, I got no clue. Maybe, maybe not. Try it again next time. Brighter sunlight. Tablet shut off again. Where's you? Only 4 watching. Ah! And more followers. Ah. Come on, if I could be like the top... Oh, this one's kind of a cool system. If I could be like the top popular streamer on YouTube streaming, that could be like a very small yet semi-significant. The brown dwarf's out this way. That's a cool looking little demon planet right there. That's different. See, and this one here is a demon planet with its own ring. That'd be pretty cool to see a planet that has moons with a ring. Something you expect. We want to go check out this neutron star. Our neutron star is big on the whole valuable scale. That guy's way out there. I take the short. Yeah, how valuable is a neutron star on scanning? I don't think that kind of a track if that's going to be that expensive.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Ah. Stop being stuttery. Up. Class 5s. Nobody's chatting. Where are you all at? I feel alone again. You guys are all flying in Elite 2 or doing some other things. Activities. Class 5 gas giant. I was trying to get an Overwolf chat overlay. I might see if I can try it with the Twitch, because they have a plugin for Twitch. They don't have a plugin yet for YouTube streaming. If I get the chat overlay in game, that'd be a lot more handy than having a round tablet. Or no promises it'll work in VR though. My metal content. Cool rig system though. Alright, next. What is EIC? Say I, see if I can throw up Skype in a bit. We'll pause after this system I'm done with it. Set up a Skype chat. Yeah, this is motherfucking live. Live streaming in VR, baby. And it's all working, which is incredible, because I didn't quite expect it to all be this smooth, but I tried it yesterday and it all worked. Day 2 of streaming on YouTube's YouTube gaming with the Rift. Yeah, chat, speak up, ask if you have any questions, let me know. Oh, yeah, EIC, yeah. I like their name, considering it. I have heard they have a channel, they have a commercial on Sidewinder Radio that comes up every so often. Theirs is actually pretty... It actually is kind of like a motto that's quite close to what I'd say ours would be. Yeah, I'm flying toward the Galactic Core, but taking a little detour for a bit, checking out a Stellar Nursery that has some pretty incredible systems. Get quite bored like the same old 1-star, 2-star, bunch of rocky ice planets that are just of no interest. You hit the Stellar Nursery, you got these giant blue or green stars, followed by these incredible planets and ring systems. Then you even have a black hole I finally ran into and a neutron stars, so... You'll see many of them until you hit this. Now I'm kind of like, well, it's cool. We're going to be resuming the trip itself shortly. Chill out and maybe jump into some CQC after this. Break and do something exciting. Motion sick. That all depends. Right now, while everything's running nice and smooth like it's supposed to be, no, this is fantastic. It's very smooth. You're in a cockpit, so it feels like you're in a cockpit, because I'm in my desk right now with a very similar layout as I have sitting here in-game. So, scanning. Still. Everything's really nice. Now, when I first jump into a system, there's a weird glitch when you first get in that drops the frame rate not to the 75 that it's supposed to be locked at, and I'm not sure if it's something to do with loading or something else going on. While it does that, it can give you a little bit of motion sickness because you're moving and the frame rate's not consistent. And if you see it on your end, you'll see a little bit of stuttering, and on my end, it's absolutely painful. Straight gut punch. Yeah, not fun. But, most of the time it's not bad. It's nothing to do with my performance and hardware. I mean, I got a 6-core 390K at 4 and 2 780s in SLI. So when it does, like, everything's running smooth, you can watch my GPUs and they're not being loaded when so something's causing them to bottleneck. Then they resume normal scheduled programming. Smooth. And I highly recommend it. It's amazing. And VR is going to get much better once they implement the newer SDK that involves 0.7 or newer, where it has, instead of using the extended monitor mode, it'll be directly from the video driver, and that should make things not only faster, but much, much smoother. Things should be much more reliable. Everything will just be all better. It's going to be... You'll just plug in a Rift instead of having to dedicate it as a monitor. Moving windows around so you can see them, and not putting on your headset until you're ready. It's going to be a lot nicer once things are built directly for giving you full integration in a more natural way. I haven't played with the new SDK yet, because once you upgrade, you can't go back, so staying where Elite updates for it. I am in Pacific time zone. Pacific Coast. You guys in your Sacramento want to say hi? Let's do it. You can even give it a try. I'll let you try out the Rift. Or come to the next Eve Fan Fest. Hopefully by then I'll have the new Virtuix Omni. You try running around in Skyrim or Minecraft or whatever else I have set up that allows you to physically run. Mind-blowing. Where are you guys at? You were with me late last night, Al, so you can't be too far away, can you? Unless you just don't have a sleep schedule. Kinda tired because I got up kinda early. Space madness is killing me. I've got 3 non-existent dots. Don't exist, but I see something. I see into me. I need some of those wind chimes. Give you focus and alignment. Okay, cool. Canadian friends. I met a lot of people from Canada up in Iceland when I went to the... Seems to be a lot of you guys into these games. Guess because you just get snowed in or something like that, or there's nothing else to do? What? You're quite a nice bunch. I also met some Canadians from when I was in Vegas for a bachelor party a couple back in state. I mean, yeah, really cool people. Want to make a trip up. That's one of my next destinations. I want to travel to Canada. I want to go to Vancouver and Island, visit a few friends I have out that way, and I also want to hit Spain. I've got some friends out there up with. One of these days, I'll get out there. Just need to make it a day. Not getting any younger. Iceland, I went to EVE FanFest. I went to FanFest 2013. It was the 10th anniversary of EVE, and at the time I was still interested in EVE in a decent level. And I figured, hey, when you... Alright, so the best part about it is EVE is a big export in Iceland. They have like 4 exports. Aluminum, hydroelectric power, fish, and EVE. So they make it a big deal and made package deals with Iceland Air for flight, airfare, as well as hotel rooms there. So I flew to Iceland, stayed for a week, and flew back for $1,000. Not a bad deal for a week-long vacation in a completely different country. And it was a lot of fun. I paid for some extras to do like the Golden Circle tour where they take you around, show you some of the hot spots in the area, as well as the Blue Lagoon, which I highly recommend before you get back on that plane for the flight back. And definitely worth that. And yeah, it was a reasonably nice trip. I stopped in Seattle, since Seattle is the only place nearby here I flew out of. And I spent a day there too, checking out the sites and stuff, because I've never been to Seattle except for in passing college. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it and really recommend it. So if you haven't been to EVE FanFest, you might want to go just for the experience. Reykjavik is pretty cool. And they've moved it to be a little bit warmer. When I went, it was in like May, and it was like the first day of summer for them. It snowed, so it was still quite cold. The ladies there are very Viking, Icelandic, cold. Really attractive. Considering they have a whole population of about 100,000 people total. They actually have a phone app there to find out if the person you're dating you're related to. It's kind of funny. But I can understand the caution. Don't want to be dating a distant cousin that, because you have such a small population base. No, the monument was not up yet. They were talking about it. They were getting ready to produce it. My name is going to be on it. Both of my EVE character names, and I think my real name. I'm not sure. It was right after Vile Rat got killed in the whole Benghazi incident, and they made a big, dedication to him on that too. So he's gonna have more of a place on that monument. I want to see it. I really think it'd be pretty. It's crazy how big EVE is over there, but it is crazy how much involvement even the entire, country has with it over there. Everyone knows about it. Everyone talks about it. It's surprisingly involved. And yeah, it was an incredible experience overall. I really had a good time. And no, I'm not looking at my crotch. Oh, I can. I mean, it's right there. See it. What I'm actually bummed about, and I've yet to see, they made the EVE comic series for a bit there, which was pretty cool, based off like Goon stuff, which was kind of neat. But they have yet to get the dang TV series done. And they were talking about it in 2013. They were filming. So I don't know what happened, what fell apart. An Eve series would be amazing on TV. And I have heard nothing about it since. I've read some of the books. I mean, they could easily make those into great movies or something like that. But I have seen nothing, and I am very disappointed. There was a lot of promise that I was expecting. Yeah, we'll do some CQC in a bit here. I'm getting a little tired of scanning things. We'll get a jump or two out of this sector. This was like the last of this nice Stellar Nursery I was gonna... Stuff's valuable, so that's why I'm hitting it right now, because I want as much money as I can get from exploration back. It'd be cool if I can pull in elite status on my way back. That'd be pretty trip. I know there's a write-up somewhere on the forums or something about like what it takes to hit elite for all 3 categories. By any chance, do any of you guys know how much it takes to scan to get elite in Explorer? It was like a certain amount of millions you had to get from exploration data. Broad shoulders. And I got boobs. Woohoo! Those are not moobs. I have the female. Alright, let's see here. 1,000 away, I got a little cover. Current Explorer rank is right there. Surveyor. I hit that right as I went that little quick hop out and back that I did before I started this journey. And yeah, I bumped up like a whole 1 or 2. Surveyor's like 30. So it's kind of cool going from like aimless to surveyor in like one small hop. Kinda hit me. Up quite a... Now one thing I wish is, like you guys all know, sell the exploration data. You can sell by page now. That's gonna take a friggin' ever back here. Come on, go faster, gee. Yeah, so Surveyor makes sense. Blazer, Pathfinder. Elite 160, holy crap. Okay, yeah, nice. The Pioneer's not bad, but Elite, holy crap, that's a jump. Challenge accepted. Alright, sorry Frog, I'm not going to be back until probably next August. Now, I know there's value based on the systems you sell, but does the value go up at all based on distance away from where you're selling it from? So if I go like to the complete opposite side of the galaxy, is it more valuable, or is it just the same old for most of all the systems between here and there, you know what I mean? Yeah, Elite looks like one hell of a jump. That's going to take either multiple trips or me scanning every damn thing I hit. Damn, same price everywhere. Sucks. Oh well, I'll have to find some other Stellar Nurseries on the other side of the galaxy that haven't been discovered or something then. Maybe I'll take a hit back to these guys here on my way back and scan the ones that skipped them all but... good as none of these are ice planets. These are all seem to be semi-valuable metal ones. And Rocky, still. I have an uncle named Rocky. Lives up in Boyd. On, finish scanning. Kinda hard to itch your nose in the rip. That, and, yes. The mic's moved a bit. Alright, what do we got? 1, 2, I think 2 left. Yeah, I would do that too. I would like to do that. That's why I'm considering just kind of staying out here and scanning everything I can. I don't know if I will, but it all depends on how far into Space Madness I get. Especially with all the new stuff coming in Horizons. Might pull me back, especially with all that, all the stuff Frog's doing. I mean, come on, there's a lot of cool stuff happening. But, you know, it's free money scanning, it just takes time. In my streams, you can see how things happen. Have some giveaways, have some games, do some stuff to keep stuff occupied. Maybe that keep me interested enough to go the whole distance. Just find a whole family of black holes. This is kind of cool. These two guys orbiting really close here. Like Pluto, kind of. Yeah, it kind of bums me out, the whole elite thing. But then again, didn't that end up being kind of a part of the case because of that 20 grand handout from the elite challenge they had for a bit there? That, you know, the guys poop socking their way up to elite in a record amount of time. That was kind of ridiculous. Same goes for the guys that had the time to go find those GeForce cards as, like, loot somewhere. I should have friggin' camped the hell out of that station to make sure no one could get there for that, because, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because they would have been playing in solo anyway, but... what am I doing? I'm not sure. But, yeah, I was kind of bummed. I would have loved to have won a 980 Ti. That would have been cool. Since a 980 Ti is probably a good chunk better than these 780s for VR now. One 980 Ti is about the equivalent of about 1.5 of my 780s. Maybe 1.75. I'm not sure. I know every time I see GPU reviews, I always see stuff being kind of wonky when it comes to like their numbers, but the charts definitely show, man. My 780s are nowhere near as high as I had hoped it would have stayed for years. Right after I bought my second one, the 780 Ti got announced, the full unlocked GPU. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I thought the 780 was the full unlocked one because it had more shader cores than the Titan did at the time. And then, no, surprise, surprise, it still wasn't the fully unlocked one, so I kind of got duped into that. A little, I mean, I'm not pissed or anything. These 780s are amazing graphics cards. Give me 1 second here, I gotta reply to a text. Oh, too far. Crap. Alright, is there anything left here? Something over there. Why am I missing so much stuff? Alright. Can any of you guys tell me if CQC is truly fixed, though? That one's got some cool looking rings. Check that out. Like a ring and then a space, then a ring and another space. Ring, a space, and a ring. And lots of space. Take a screenshot of that. That's kind of neat. So I got a little space with my... That's kind of neato. And I thought there was light over here. The glow. These things hurt. Alright, I think we're done. Damn it. Where's there to scan? I'm out of here. Yeah, I look forward to that in Horizons. There's that one game, if you guys have played it, Evercron Mercenary, I believe it's called. That's the one that has a pretty neat like transition from space to landing on a planet. Though you can crash on a planet really easy if you're not careful, I believe. So I remember PC Gamer did kind of like a joke thing about that. Very, very fine line between overshooting the planet, undershooting the planet, and landing right into it. And yeah, that game, I believe, was developed by a single developer, too. He's still patching the heck out of it to this day. It's crazy, because it's been out for a couple... So, props to that guy. He made a pretty deep sandbox space game all by himself, I think. There's one other game that's kind of, I'm not sure if it's going to be like Simmy, like Elite or not, anymore, because the Kickstarter was like years ago, but was, distant space, some space game. I'm trying to remember the name. The developer is a single guy himself too, and he's doing kind of like a very, very cool procedurally generated system that is very incredible. Just the whole way the system works is very neat. The game kind of builds itself, but for a bit there, he had a bit of mental health issues. Went like insane for 3 months and just dropped off the radar. He's back, which is good, and he's definitely talked about it. He's been very transparent on it, which is pretty brave of him. But yeah, it definitely was like, ah, great, another game that wasn't going to actually happen from Kickstarter. And no, it's his passion. He looks like he's going to finish the work, and it's going to be incredible. But God knows when it actually happens. Rodina? That is. I'll think of the name. If not, I can look it up in an email here when we switch from here to CQC. Yeah, I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now. Come on, it's still a star. Scan the dang thing. I just want to hit this, and there's a few planets I want to hit real quick. I want to hit, screw their moons, but I did want to hit this and that demon planet. And the final demon planet way out there. And then I guess we can do a quick run to that neutron star. Wait, what? Oh, I guess I already scanned it. Fine. A neutron star needs a visit. What the heck's going on with this orbit pattern? It's kind of crazy looking. I remember for a bit there, the graphics in this game didn't work well with SLI, so all the stars looked striped. The effect that they have that shows like all the surface of the suns and such was you'd have like an every other stripe kind of thing. They were big stripes, so you had like 4 of them per star. But it was kind of funny seeing like stripe, solid color, stripe, solid color. Lucky they fixed that. That was back in, like Beta 1, I think. Beta 2, I think like halfway through they ended up fixing it. Yeah, I do want to see this guy up close. This was kind of neat looking. Yep, high metal planet. I hope there is a quick way to get to the surface, though, because if we have to literally fly down to the planets outside of, full warp, it's going to be a pain in the ass. This is a scary-looking bugger. Looks like an eyeball. Yeesh. Not a cool side to take a shot from. Get that pole. Alright, quick shot of this guy. Down, darn you. Danger. That's kind of apt. What an ugly planet. The reason I went with the T6 was because it is a fantastic explorer. It's actually right up... Oh, don't want to go here. It is right up the Galaxy Explorer's ass when it comes to distance on jumping. Because this thing will do... There we go. About 30 light years a jump. As you can see there, it goes up to like max of like 32. Which the Explorer's not much more than that. And, well, the ASP is like everyone does it. Everyone uses the Explorer, the ASP. Not everyone uses the T6. Other thing the T6 has that's a big plus is the fuel scoop. It is a Class 6 type, so it is able to scoop stars in very quick fashion. So you save a lot of time when you're wanting to go ahead and just land. You land in a system. Alright, so check that out. Like a star and like the center star. I have not seen that before. And I saw that at the last system and it kind of disappeared, but that's kind of neat looking. Goes away. Yeah, so the T6 is actually a very good explorer ship when you have it all unloaded, because it's really light by itself, and gets a pretty good amount of jump range in. Where is that neutron star? I want to go hit that guy up one last time before I scoot out of this Stellar Nursery completely. The hell? What route? What's this nonsense? Huh. That is one ugly planet. Like it pooped itself. Again, though, it's going to be amazing to land on those planets for exploration. So, if I plotted a route... Oh, darn. Distance there. Stream stopped on my phone. I'm back. Alright. Alright, we got a long ways to go there, so real quick I'm going to pop a drink, and I was going to do something else and completely forgot, but we were going to do, after I get past this neutron star, we'll switch over to CQC. I'll just do one jump out of here just to get out of the system, and pause it there as we switch over. We'll switch, I'll stop and then start a new stream for that too, so you guys can just stay put and I'll be able to turn that off and on, I believe. Change some settings so I can now throw out another tweet. If you guys want to let everyone else know, it'd be great if you guys can help me out with that. Hit up the forum, Twitch, chat, IRC, whatever. People know, going into CQC, hey, you guys can come in and fight me. Who can get the guy in the VR headset? So give me 1 second, I'm going to switch to my drink here. I'm not in my headset at the moment. How many minutes do I have left here? I'm afraid to alt-tab out and end up screwing something up at the current moment. $20 minutes still, wow. Come on, speed up. I wish you could put more pips into the engine and it actually did something in like Super Cruise. Go faster! So how many of you guys have made the trip to Huntin' Orbital? I haven't been out there yet. I like that video that was posted on YouTube of the Huntin' Orbital blues and the guy's playing a blues song. Actually sounded pretty good, I have to admit. A little gander outside while we're at it here. Oh, there we go. A crimson red. Good looking ship. It's pretty nimble, I have to admit. This thing handles pretty good. It's smooth piloting. It's really nice for a ship of its size. And I can almost say it's almost more maneuverable, it feels like, than a Cobra. Maybe probably not, but it's not half bad. And it does carry a good chunk when you load it all up with all cargo and get rid of your shields. Yeah, it gets, I think it was like 141 slots, which isn't too bad for its size. I gotta look at this thing again next time we get to another star. I can scoop and see if I can find out where the actual fuel scoop's at. Gotta be someplace he's animated it. I know they've animated everything else down to the landing gear in this thing. Oh, crap. Nope, stay full. Man, we barely scratched the surface on this yet. Keep going. I want to give it a shot. I mean, it's not like that trip's something you can't do something else while you're doing it. Just like this right here, you know? Not falling back here. Let's see if I can do something to that. Button. Wrong button. There we go. It doesn't drift. I think my desk just moved. The distance back is a little bit of a thing. I keep leaning back farther in my chair, and I hate when you're like looking back and all of a sudden, hey, there's a chair here. But yeah, I wish. One thing I can't wait. What the hell is this? Why is there a screen between my legs that's blank? When are they going to put something there? Of all things in a cockpit, this bothers me the most. Like, it was intentionally placed there and is absolutely useless. Same with all the buttons next to your joystick. I really wish they had some sort of purpose, because, I mean, something. Put chat there, so I can do like a picture-in-picture video. I'd love to watch a video right there, so I could be like just looking at my crotch watching a movie or something while I'm flying a Huntin' Orbital or something. Then you got your old like Larkon systems in here, and you got a schematic overlay, but no use yet. They did a good job modeling it, I will say. Everything is pretty. You got the cores, system junctions. It is pretty neat. Whew. Our stars are way out here. Little guy. Huh. Radius 0.00. Interesting. One thing I think they still have broken is the whole the time frame. Millions of years seems to be like the same between one star to another, unless that's the way the systems are, and then just one star just happened to be bigger than another at one point. I guess that would be the one to explain it. It bases the time off of each system's life. They did a really good job with this game. The one thing that always surprises and amazes me is the way the stars are, I believe, all rendered live as you get into the system, because it does like each point of light type of thing is a star you can warp to, or at least one that's out in the distance. It's pretty incredible. remember when Eve got their high-quality backgrounds for systems. This kind of still takes it to another level because each one's dynamic more than the way they had to do each background for each system you jump to in Eve. So, talk about cool stuff. Yeah, the nebulas I know are like, you know, actually on there, as well as this back part of the galaxy here, but sure is cool looking. But what's cool too, as you fly away from a star, the stars come in like they would real star pollution, light pollution. So it is pretty neat. You do it right too, you can see the galaxy like itself on the glass of the cockpit. I've got a cool screenshot of that and like a really good location where the entire Milky Way Galaxy arm there is right on the cockpit glass. It's neat. Very, very neat little collection. Almost there. 2 minutes. Only thing I hate wires. Like the catch on the headset and pull you down. Gonna be the interesting thing with the Vive. You're gonna have to pretty much staple them to your roof so you can like move around in the whole room space that they have for the Vives. Longer cables. That's gonna be the one thing that's gonna be tough demoing that Virtuix Omni too. Is I gotta have a computer like right there next to the darn thing. I gotta bring my main rig. Hate doing. It's heavy. Main rig I run this on is very, very dense. I can get big enough on streaming. Maybe I can get a Zeus to sponsor me with a rig I can use for streaming. One of their new laptops that have the 980 desktop GPUs inside them. I have to admit, I'm tempted to get that one with the water cooling. I mean, water-cooled laptop. Do we need it? No. Do we want it? Yes. It's just stupid awesome. It looks like a fantastic laptop by itself, and then that dock's just overkill, kind of stupid, but as long as the laptop functions like at full performance by itself, and then when you plug into the dock, the water cooler, it just allows it to run quieter, and allows it to overclock to, say, you know, like another gigahertz on the CPU and another at least 400 megahertz on the GPU. That would be worthwhile, I would assume. Having a nice water-cooled GPU core that turbos 400 megahertz over stock turbo when it's not running on air. I mean, that could be pretty trippy. And then a gigahertz overclock on a CPU is pretty much standard nowadays. That's what I'm doing on this, you know, 3930K. I was up to 4.8 gigahertz on here for a while, but the amount of voltage you have to use and the heat it puts off, just not pleasant for summertime use. This thing just becomes a giant space heater, and then just sucks voltage. When I'm at 4.4 like I am right now, I'm not pushing it very hard. I think I'm only doing like 1.3, and I think maybe up to a max of 1.35 volts. And it's a lot lighter on power. It's crazy how much more power this thing uses up the voltage past anything past 1.4. The Explorer's cramped, huh? I like the way the Explorer looks. The outer part of the ship looks fantastic to me. I definitely want to give it a shot. I like the more I want to say conventional ship types, but you know, it's a little bit more familiar to like a ship we would see in like our current like sci-fi stuff. Elite's very popular. Like on the initial launch of this game, you had like the Viper and the Sidewinder, and like they joke about, they just look like flying cheese. So it's interesting when they have more different ship types, and hopefully more to come. You know, with Horizons and so forth. I can't wait to get my hands on one of that. Was it the destroyer that we're getting? Do want, and with multi-crew, that's going to be cool. Also goes back to Star Citizen with its whole multi-crew thing. It's going to be kind of cool to fly an Idris, and then flying anything bigger, like when you get into the, you know, the capital carriers and stuff. It's just going to be amazing if they can get that multi-crew type of system to work out. They just got to make it fun for people to actually want a multi-crew basic systems like radar and stuff, you know. So we'll have to definitely see how they implement that. I think what they could do is make it really highly, highly automated, so it's not like you have to do a whole lot, but if you actually do a lot, it becomes a lot more efficient. So you have to use either less, it lets you use less power, the weapons work, you know, 50% more efficient, something, you know, they hit 50% more damage when you do it. So it'll give people an incentive to want to do it manually due to the fact that you're getting a huge human element boost than if you let the AI do it mostly for you. So I guess it's just a matter of as long as you can do that and make it fun still. Has any of you guys played Artemis? That bridge simulator that's supposed to be kind of like holodeck type, not holodeck, but Star Trek bridge type stuff, but different, much more. Say the graphics on it look dated, but the whole process looks pretty incredible. I haven't got enough nerdy buddies to go try that yet. No one's got the patience. Alright, we're almost here. God, that's a dirty windscreen. Neutron stars just crapping all over me. Come on, come on. There we go. That is a very small spot. Three bridges, holy crap. That's kind of cool. Multiplayer with that game's got to be amazing, but you got to find some way to make it work. You have to have people that know how to play it right. You got to have a sort of a good scripted event. I can see it being something like kind of a digital version of like a Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing, where if you got enough players together to kind of make it a thing, that could be a lot of fun. It'd be cool if you could have like space dungeons. Alright, I'm done with this, so we're going to go to the next system just to get out of this Stellar Nursery. Head to the space. Thought I was at the end of it. Yeah, I'm just going to get out of here. I'll come back to it later. As you can see, there's a lot of systems here, and I think that's a good chunk of change that I can make out of those. Yeah, so just get this direction. And let's skedaddle.
Frameshift drive charging.
See, 30.1 light year jump. Bam. And look at the fuel. I got a huge fuel tank in this thing, so you don't have to worry about getting stranded if you got at least a star you can fuel up on within about 6 light years. Or 6 jumps.
3, 2, 1, engage.
That's pretty cool, man. You have to admit, it's super nerdy, but it's something that you don't really experience very often. So it's kind of cool. Alright, so check this out. If you guys want to see the refueling,
Fuel scooping.
fuel scoop. 100, 2, 3. Get it up to like 300 before you even get close to hot. And we're almost full in T-minus like 3, 2, 1 and a half. Bam, full. That's the best thing about this ship. That fuel scoop is huge and gets the job done in no time. And I didn't even scan that. I'm going to scan at least this star. No new objects, so nothing to scan after this. Perfect. And also, without having shields, you don't have as much of a power draw in that sense. And it makes a lot less heat, so you can actually get pretty dang close to stars without having a problem. Shields are a major buzzkill on refueling.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, in a case, I could actually be the guy to host it all, because I have at least 5 PCs we can use. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3 home theater PCs. 2 I have, like, to find homes for, so who knows, maybe I could give away one of those eventually on this stream. Someone pays for shipping. What else? I've got, a couple Windows tablets. I could probably make some if I need to. If I wanted to get like an Artemis actually like game together like full out, I can probably find a way. I just gotta find the friends. System, anything? Hit that star without too far. Huh. Okay, the star's nice and close by. I think you'd be the first thing nearby, but it is. And see again, that frame rate drop starts when you first jump in for like 30 seconds. And now, it's not a frame rate thing because it's smooth as butter now. It's not a rendering thing. And now it's back to chunky. So, I don't know what causes it. It's irritating as all hell. Alrighty.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Alright, next jump I'm going to do a real quick stop, and we're going to, not stop, but I'm going to real quickly take a look and see if I can find that fuel scoop again. I'm guessing it might be the thing on the top, but I couldn't quite tell because of the shadow.
4, 3, 2, 1,
Alright. Creep on up, there we go. Light on it. Scoop, scoop. Oh, that's closed, so that's not the fuel scoop. Vents. Front thrusters. That's one big cockpit. Alright, so there's nothing to see on. Oh, wait, hold on. This is open. So I want to see what. So I'm going to see. That is. Nothing there. Alright, so I can't tell if it's anything on the top here. And here. Right. Let's go to the top. Ah, crap. Fuel scoop's done. I know those like are hard points. gotta be a visual scoop somewhere. Anyway, let's scan this and be done. We'll go do some CQC, shall we? I ain't giving you nothing. You gotta earn it. One of my giveaway bots. Unless you could do like something special, like give me like an anaconda, and then I might consider sending you. Got a couple. I got one that's a Zotac one that actually has a Blu-ray reader on it. It's pretty cool. It's one of the ones that's like a, just like a home theater, you know, like PS3 Slim. It's that small. It's really cool. It has a little E350 AMD CPU in it. Dual core 1.6 gigahertz with a 6000 series GPU of some sort. Works like a champ. It actually plays games decently and streams okay. And then I also have a Atom powered dual core Atom 510 with a NVIDIA Ion GPU home theater PC. Both little tiny things. That one's in a more of a normal conventional like home theater PC case with a spot for like a full size like CD drive. But aside from that, it's also plenty good at playing Blu-ray size rips and stuff, so I can't complain. Alright, so I'm going to take one last quick look. Got a few seconds. Go away, you stupid thing. Can't tell where a fuel scoop would be. Disappointed if that's actually a thing. Alright. I think this was the last system. Crap, one more? How many jumps did I have to go? Oh, I guess it was 100 and something. This should be it. Kind of a cool system.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yep, last jump. Gotta love that fuel scoop. It's part of my cargo scoop. That's got to be tough, because one, I don't have a cargo hold, and two, my cargo scoop's disabled. I don't know where it's getting its power. I like how the cargo hatch like requires power. I mean, isn't it something that you'd like turn on and off once, like a door? It's bizarre. I guess hydraulics need to be constantly pressurized against space. That's a big enough star, I don't have to go too far to scan it. Alright, so I'm going to get ready here. We'll go and get some Skype going, then we'll switch over to CQC. Call it good. Some actual combat in. Show you guys what the rift's all about in that aspect. Yeah, I'll do this later. Alright. Save and exit. Get out of this for the moment. So you guys are going to see a whole lot of nothing for a minute. So I'm going to go off of here, and I will chat it out to you guys real quick. The Skype address. So give me one moment here to get that all set up, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to stop this stream so I can change all the data as well. So give me one moment. Also want to do a quick check on that because my system crashed right as it did that. So I'll see you guys on the other side.